Hippie.
Welcome back to another episode of Conversations in Studio B. Today in the building, Mr. Joey 602.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? My name is Joey 602, representing Phoenix, Arizona. How y'all doing? Glad to
Phoenix
be up in here.
native,
Yes, sir.
a Phoenix legend.
Yeah, I'm glad
Yeah.
to finally be up in here, man.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you so
I
much.
appreciate you for pulling up because you already had pulled up with a big group before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was dope. It was a dope vibe, but just to be able to get the one-on-one, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
you know, let the fans get to on this platform get to
Yeah, definitely.
know you and your art. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you having me
Of
back.
course, brother. Of course, man. So, for the people out there that don't know what you do exactly, what is it that you do, brother?
So, I am actually a Phoenix artist, a Phoenix local artist out here representing Phoenix, Arizona, representing 602 Records, performing on all stages from your side of the state to your neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So that's just me. I do my music, I do hip hop, and I do rap, you know what I'm saying? Anything that you can think of as far as music, that's me, Joey 602.
Yeah, fire, brother, fire. So let's take it back. I want to take it back to the beginning. What got you into, or how early were you into doing music, creating music?
See that, take it back, huh? So yeah, I guess listening to music definitely helped, you know, obviously. Back then I used to really love to write a lot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I guess growing up writing was a way of expressing myself on paper that I couldn't talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't there, or you know what I mean, I just couldn't say it out loud. So on paper, so eventually when I started listening to so much different music, that really put me into the point where I was like, if they can do it, I can do it, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
hell yeah.
yeah, so music was always there as a, release to get away from something, but definitely writing a lot helped me, want to be into something like as far as artists.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts, fire. What about like what actually got you in the studio or recording a song for the first time?
Man, I gotta say, I had a buddy of mine that lived out in Kentucky. He reached out to me. His name was Dewan, and he was like, "Let's do something," because we talked, and I just really liked his music.
Right.
And he just does underground stuff. You know what I mean? Kind of the same stuff every now and again. But I really enjoyed it. I was an everyday listener. And we just started chopping it up, talking. We did some stuff, and at that point, I really was in the closet. Really working with like a small microphone that I bought off Amazon or
fire.
Know what I mean? Yeah.
Fire.
But in reality, when I actually got into a physical studio, it was someone had reached out to me on SoundCloud of all things, bro.
Fire.
Through message, bro. You know what I mean? Seriously, bro. Like
SoundCloud.
Yeah,
SoundCloud
like,
DM. That's lit.
Yeah, like they literally asked me to like, hey, you're in Phoenix, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm right here in the valley. So
fire.
They're like, if you want, pull up to my crib. I got a whole studio. Blah, blah,
they were
blah.
here too.
Yeah,
fire.
So I'm like, well, let's meet. And I eventually pulled up, and his name was Sabo.
Okay.
Sabu, or he goes by Sabu. I call him Sabo.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's my homie. He actually does a lot of different things, from mixing and mastering different music, recording obviously, and then
an engineer,
engineer definitely, and then
producer.
On top of that, and then on top of that, he does film. He's been
doing, fire, hell yeah.
So he's really one of the inspirations that helped me get into a physical studio, get on the mic, you know what I'm saying? And at that time, we was really kind of like see where my voice was at,
Right.
What kind of voice I had on mic, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mic, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, it was my boy Sabo that really reached out through SoundCloud DM, all things, you know what I'm saying? So,
and then how long now have you been taking it serious? Like
since well, I've always wrote, music, a lot of music, to be honest, but a lot of that music today, you don't hear it because I kind of changed it up. But I've been taking it seriously since 2017.
Fire.
And then really like going out there to record something since 2018. So really 2018 is when everything really kind of established for me, where I really wanted to say, hey, this is what I'm representing, which is 602 Records.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? And I actually now own that, you know, years later. LLC, you know, all that stuff
Yeah,
came into
yeah,
place. So
fire,
it's
fire.
kind of easy to own things now, you know?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah,
No,
so that's when I really started 2018 for sure.
cool, man. That's when you filed and got all your business right,
Yeah,
or
definitely.
fire,
Yeah.
fire. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. What about like your name, Joey 602? You were from the beginning, like that's what you started with, or were you something else?
So no, man, my name has always been Joey. My real name, you know, I always say this when I do an interview. I'll let you guys find that out when it is. And obviously, it's like one of them regular Mexican names. You know what I'm saying? But I go by Joey, and I've always gone by Joey since I was a
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
All my friends call me Joey, you know what I mean? Family. But calling myself Joey 602 happened around like 13, 14, 15.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I was always running around, you know, Phoenix, like really always running around Phoenix, and the 602 has always been like my heart, you know what I'm saying? I
Fire.
love the city, I love Phoenix, I represent 602 hard, and hearing how a bunch of different artists back then were representing 602, like Buki, MC Matt, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Different kind of
Right.
artists, you know, MB Riders were definitely, you know, pushing that 602 movement, you know what I mean?
Fire.
That I would call it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, 602 was always something destined for me
Right.
to have it as a part of me, something, you know?
Right. Right.
So being an artist, it was only, you know, obvious and right for me to become
To
an
brand
artist
it
and
with
be
it.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, definitely.
That's fire.
But I've gone as far as even, I always say Joey 602 is an alter ego of mine.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Your artistry. Yeah.
Definitely, you know what I'm saying? I even went as far as getting a tattoo on my arm, and it's you know, a guy chilling on, you know, on a throne, you know, like this, you know, chilling, money bags, you know, skulls on the floor. I'm like winning, you know what I'm saying? That's my alter ego, and on the sideline it says Joey 602.
Fire.
You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
So it's always been something that has been a part of me, you know what I'm saying? I think the 602 really had a play about, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I appreciate, you know, Phoenix for even wanting me to be a part of it, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, and they love it, bro.
They
Like, they
embrace
really
it.
do. They
Of
do.
course, the natives, anybody that is representing for the city,
Yeah.
they love it.
They
For
love the
real.
602, and I think
For
that has
real.
gone back since forever, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Since forever, you know what I mean? The way they throw it up now is different, you know what I mean? The way we used to throw it at 602 is different, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like,
With times
yeah,
change, yeah,
times have
it evolves
changed, you
and
know
stuff
what
where
I'm
it
saying?
changes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just, it's really a movement, to be
Right,
honest.
yeah, right.
Definitely, and I
Now,
love it.
so
I love to be a part of it.
as far as your music, when it comes to creating it, bro, like, are you freestyling? Are you writing? Are you how do you approach creating music?
Well, like I said, I love to write, so
Yeah.
I will always write. You'll never
Uh-huh.
see Joey 602 in a freestyle. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You will never see me doing that.
Okay.
I honestly just don't feel as an artist that that's something that I do. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
You know what I'm saying? I will always put music out that you will be able to enjoy, not something that come up off the head. And I think that's only fair, you know what I mean? You know, different artists are different, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Every artist is different for sure.
Yeah.
But I will always write, you know what I'm saying? That's how I
Very
get down.
cool. Yeah, because you
I want
always had a
them,
passion for writing.
Yeah,
So
and then it just comes naturally, and then on top of that, I want you to feel the lyrics.
right, right.
Repeat it, you know what I mean? Put it on repeat, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's
exactly.
that's what I shoot for, you know?
You're trying to for the longevity. You're shooting for
Definitely, yeah.
classics.
Yeah, definitely, you know what I'm saying? Because there are classics today that are 20, 30 years old that are still being played today, you know, that are being played at the club, you know. I want to be in the same category, but you know what I mean, fall into it somehow, you know what I mean?
Exactly, right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, like then what are you doing it for, right?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
definitely,
saying?
you know what I'm
100%,
saying?
yeah.
I'm not just gonna, maybe, you know, one day I'm not gonna sit here and say it might not ever happen.
Right.
But you know, maybe one day, you know, it might catch me in a freestyle if I'm ready, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as an artist right now, Joey 602 ain't in no freestyles.
right, yeah. But have you ever tried like plugging in and freestyling like songs or anything
definitely,
like
you know, with
that?
friends.
It's not your.
Well, yeah, definitely around friends and stuff when
Yeah.
we're in the studio,
Lit.
just kind of bullshitting. But
Yeah.
it's always business, you know,
Yeah,
always
yeah.
focus on if I'm in a studio, physically in a studio, you know, that really takes time, money out of people's time and day, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit there and play around, you know what I mean?
Facts.
So, you know,
Yeah, a lot
if
of
I'm at home and I got my own studio all day, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Drinking with my buddy, smoking a blunt all day, we're gonna sit there and blah, blah, blah. Freestyle some bullshit, but it's never nothing I might take into the studio.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Maybe, you never know, I might come across, oh, that was tight, I might jot that down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Nah, facts, man. And what do you consider your style and your like your genre of music to be?
So, me, I'm Chicano, you know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to be known as a Chicano artist, but,
Right.
you know, it hasn't really been that focused on a lot of different people when they look at my music, you know what I'm saying? That's not what they look at me. I feel that's not what they look at me like, oh, he's like hip hop, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. But I try to shoot to be a Chicano artist,
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean? And be known as a Chicano artist. And, you know, as much music that I have put in out so far, I haven't really, you know, tapped into much of the, you know, back and forth Mexican side, Spanglish, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, that's definitely what I want to be known as.
Right,
though.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I was listening to your music, and you have features with Gomez,
yes.
and that's a little bit of the back and forth of the the
that was
Spanish.
actually my first time in with Gomez Goes. When I sent that beat to him, bro, I sent to him that day. Came back with that night, and that's what it played out to be.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? And I added my mix, and, you know, I had what I put. But
Yeah.
like when he did that, I had in my mind, this is what I visioned. But when he sent it back, it was so much better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it came out. I mean, obviously you heard the song.
Yeah, it's fire.
It's really good. You know
It's
what I'm
fire.
saying? Yeah,
It's
definitely.
fire for sure.
And shout out to homie Jovan and Only that actually put the hook together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess they was working in the studio that day, and
Lit.
Jovan's like, I guess this I sound good on this, and he sounded great on it, and it came out to be a
Facts. Nah, it's
classic,
dope.
like, you know
It's
what I'm
dope.
saying?
It feels dope, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, like you said, you want to focus on being a Chicano rapper, and it's
Yes,
like
definitely.
projects like that and things like
Yeah.
that help that for
Yeah.
sure. You know.
And I definitely got a lot of different new stuff that's gonna, you know, put me in that kind of category where people will start to recognize that. You know what I mean? But that's, you know, that's my goal, Joey 602, to be a Chicano artist that's, you know, representing that for sure. You know what I mean?
Fire. Maybe in the future, maybe we'll hear some R&B stuff. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
You know, maybe some.
Most definitely.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah. With R&B, to be honest, man, that's something that I've always wanted to do. As a matter of fact, in Sincero, there's these lyrics that I say, don't know if I want to rap or sing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I really mean that because, like, I really would love to sing, but I've never really tried it.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But I'm fascinated by it. Always have since a kid, you know what I mean? But
Fire.
I believe with the right beat, the right mentality, the right person training me to be in it, because I know I can't do it alone. It's going to take some people that know what they're doing.
The fact that you can say that and you know realize that is very powerful, because you need help that time.
Yeah, and I definitely reach
and
out to a lot of different artists. You
That's
know,
cool.
Like,
That's
hey, what's up with this? Does this sound good? Blah, 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 you know?
One thing about you that I've noticed is you're good at networking.
Say what?
You're good at networking.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You are good at networking, you know what I'm saying? Because your name goes around in the city for sure, with artists and with everybody, you know. And it's dope. It's dope to see it. It's dope to see the progress.
Yeah, and that's one thing I would continue to always do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always embrace the people, always embrace, you know, the community as they embrace me, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's always going to be love if they love me back, you know
Facts.
what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. And we were kind of talking about this off camera a little bit. The first time we met, we were doing a show with Vavrix, right?
Yes.
That was the Vavrix show.
Yes.
I think it was at the biker club or something.
Yeah.
It was like
it was
some
his brother's spot, yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
It was a cool vibe. There was a lot of dope people there showing just, you know, genuine love. My bro Reggie Rax was DJing.
Yeah.
And that was my first time really working with you, really being in the room with you, you know what I'm saying? And man, we haven't had the chance to really sit down and chop it up.
Yeah, and that was almost what, almost a year and some
Oh,
change
a little
ago.
over a year ago,
Yeah,
for
man.
sure,
That was
man.
man, shout out Vavrick, shout out, all them guys that put all that together that night, because
Fire.
a lot of that was the beginning of for a lot of artists that were there that night, you know what I mean? That are doing big now, you know what I mean?
Fire,
So,
yeah. Gain some momentum from
yeah,
that.
you
And
know what I'm saying?
that's what I love about the shows, because it's like that's when you can really exceed and let people like really meet and enjoy your energy and your
Yeah.
music live and the whole thing, not just from a screen, not
Yes.
just from a post, not just through a
Yeah.
phone, you know what I'm saying? The
Definitely.
shows are amazing, man.
Yeah,
So
man. I appreciate Vavricks a lot because me and Vavricks got history, you know what I'm saying? We started together pretty much. Like our first ever performance
fire.
was out of town somewhere, you know what I mean? Me and him drove up to the town and ended up not really being so much of a show, but we still performed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that was the goal, that was the mindset. We talked about it all the way up there. We got ready for it that night, and it just wasn't.
Was this a Flagstaff show? Or
This was in Sedona.
Sedona, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This was a
Minute ago.
2020. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah. And it was a while ago. So yeah, man. I believe Vavricks got a whole lot coming, man. So y'all want to stay tuned with Vavricks for sure.
The one thing I love about Vavricks is that he has always been this good energy person from the
Yeah.
moment that I met him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To this day, if I see him today, he's still gonna show the same love.
Yeah, definitely.
The same like energy, like yo, you good, and it's cool, man.
You know what? With Vavricks, he don't even call me Joey no more. He be like 602.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I see him. So
hell yeah.
that's always love. It's always love when you are recognized as that person that's like representing 602.
Exactly.
For sure.
Fire. Yo, and what about for like your artistry, brother? Like, what have you learned through becoming an artist?
Oh man, I can say you gotta definitely know who you're working with, who you want to work with, and on top of that, don't get caught up in the spotlight of what you think it may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me to explain that, I would say, if you're an artist out here really and you're trying to like move and you're trying to be on stages, there's going to be always these different kind of promoters, pushing something that you might not be familiar with, you know what I'm saying? So don't get caught up in thinking that you're going to get the spotlight, because sometimes that takes years. Sometimes that takes overnight. Sometimes that takes a week from now. Sometimes that takes a viral TikTok. You know what I mean? But as an artist, I have learned that you can definitely come up on some things, but you will never like know who you're working with until you physically know the person in front of you for certain. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of backstabbers. For sure,
In what sense? Like backstabbers in like the sense of like, what are they doing? Like blocking you from working with people, or
we'll say like this, for instance. You can be an artist that's doing good, right? Like, we'll just say me, for instance. I'm doing good. I'm hitting stages all the time, and I can get blocked by somebody, like you said, blocked. I'll use that word.
Yeah.
Blocked by somebody that's been out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? I remember we had an interview the other day where we had mentioned gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? Some of those gatekeepers of the valley, I would say, I do work with. I would, try to work with, but a lot of those people in this valley, especially in Arizona, think that they have control over you just being on a stage. Does that make sense to you at all? Like, okay, let me say, as an artist, I make music definitely for the people, obviously, but I want to do more than that. I want to go hit stages. I want to make sure people know me. I want to be on tour. You know what I mean? I think as an artist, anybody wants that. You know what I'm saying? If you're really trying to do it, not just a YouTube thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or you're just downloading it to YouTube or SoundCloud thing, you know what I'm saying? So there are people out here that really, just think that they can step on you because you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? As a no-name artist, you can open up for somebody as Lil Wayne easily, but don't get caught up in it thinking that the spotlight's gonna be there when you have to pay $1,000 just to perform for 10 minutes and ain't nobody there in front of you, and you think you're doing it. Don't get caught up in that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna continue to happen to you, and as an artist, you should let yourself be known other ways so they invite you to perform, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what I've been trying to shoot for a lot.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? For real, because the last couple shows that I've been at, they actually invited me.
Fire.
I've learned that I need to stop paying to get on stages, you know what I'm saying? There's no need to. If you want me to be there, I'll be there. And then if you don't pay me, I will still perform. I'm not going to say it and be a dick, like, you know what I'm saying? I've seen, like, for instance, I've seen some big names get on stages, and before they went on, they're like, no, roll me my money, 10,000. I don't want to even get on before you give my 10,000. You know what I mean? I will get on the stage and perform for the community, just like I said, for the people. I want to do that, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't pay to play in this type of environment, bro, like, it really ain't gonna get you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So find out a way to get invited to places, to get known as an artist that's really performing, you know what I'm saying? Don't be out there acting a fool on stage. Don't be acting the fool off the stage, you know what I mean? Because you ain't going to get invited nowhere to do anything. I done seen it happen to a lot of artists out here, and they got, you know, caught up in the spotlight, and it really wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So
no, that's deep.
Yeah.
No, that's deep, and you dropped a lot of gems in just saying that, because young artists think that it's sweet and it's easy and and it's gonna be free.
Yeah.
You know that, and we know it's far from that. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
You're gonna invest a lot of time.
Yeah.
And you're gonna invest a lot of money sometimes.
When you see artists invest time and money, and they get on stage, and it's just something that they had a vision when they got on stage what it was going to be, and it just isn't that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It makes an artist or anybody in general not want to do it, give up, blah, 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 overnight.
Right.
Because that does happen to a lot of artists.
Just like you said earlier, you and Vav went up to Sedona. On the way up there, you talked about it.
Yeah.
We're going to do this show. We're going to do what we do.
Yeah.
When you got there, probably wasn't a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
But you still went 100%.
I still went 100%.
And you gained one person in that room, which and that is important. And that's what these young artists don't understand.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I've been in that same position where we're going from city to city thinking that it's gonna be, we get there, it's not our shine they're there for, you know what I'm saying? It's all these but the thing is that we still put on the show. Yeah. Because it was practice. At that point, I'm practicing for the next big one, because the next one gonna be bigger.
Yeah. I actually did a show recently, one of my recent shows, for opening for a real big artist, you know. It was Wi-Fi's funeral.
Okay, very cool.
And it wasn't even me that booked the show for myself as Joey 602, the artist. I booked it for another artist that was really trying to come up in the artist game and really trying to do it, you know what I'm saying? And his name was Lil Abner. I'm not sure if you ever heard of him before, but his name was Lil Abner. He was really trying to, you know, be out there. You know, he would hit me up, let's represent, you know what I mean? Let's go up there, let's do our thing. Fire. So I went out of my way, booked the show.
And you booked the show?
You know, for him, you know what I'm saying? Put his name on the flyer, everything was, you know, saying his motion for him. You know, good show, it turned out great, you know what I mean? But overnight, I felt like he felt it wasn't, you know, a great crowd because it was the beginning, you know. Sometimes people ain't there in the beginning. You know? Sometimes you're going to run into that where you get the slot that is the beginning slot. The third slot, ain't nobody there until like 10. Ain't nobody there till 11. Especially when you're dealing with no-name artists. Right. Even though I'm Joey 602, I continue to always say that. I'm not going to, you know, down myself, down, but I know it. I'm like a no-name artist out here compared to Wi-Fi's funeral. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? But I got my spots where I, you know, and noticed real well.
Right.
Here in the state and outside the state. So you know what I mean. It's just where you really want to put your feet in. You know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get caught up with people that are gonna backstab you and think you're doing something big and you really ain't. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
Because that has happened. You know, has happened to me. You know what I'm saying. So as an artist, that's what I've learned for sure. You know
Fire. No, that is a great answer, because like you got to go through those things in order just to find out, because then when it comes around these days, you're able to spot it out and be like, definitely. Oh, homie ain't on shit.
Yeah.
Or this, okay, I know what type of promoter I'm working with here, or what type, you know. But one thing about us is we always make the best out of what we get.
Yeah,
and
always.
I think it's the Mexican in us. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is, but we just make do with what we got.
They've been saying a lot recently. I know they say it a lot on like social media, but like especially different people on like doing podcasts and stuff. Mm-hmm. They're like, Mexicans want to be black so hard, they say. But that's not true.
My pop says that to me all the time.
Does he say that to you?
He said, "You trying to be black?"
I think
I said, "What, boy?"
I think a lot of people think that way, but in reality that isn't true at all. You know what I mean? I can say this, for instance, a lot of us Mexicans do say the N-word just cause, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, I get caught up saying it too. I try not to, but I mean, I really don't say it in my music at all, but you know, that's one thing a lot of people get the misconceptions about Mexicans.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
This artist game is that we want to be like, nah, it's not that.
It's the culture. It's the culture. It's like we're not trying to be a certain thing. It's like we're of this.
And I don't think it's really so much of, you know, just skin color. It's definitely got to be, like you said, culture. And on top of that, it's the fucking music that we want to do. You know what I mean? The music that's in us that we need to get out.
Exactly.
For the people in the world to hear, you know.
This ain't emo. This ain't alternative rock where you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? This is rap, hip hop.
If you can do
bars,
it, you know
R&B, like exactly, facts.
You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of different Mexican artists that are doing big things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably better than they are, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just where you at in life, you know what I'm saying? Where you at in the game, you know, how you get noticed. Like I say, you can get noticed in TikTok nowadays overnight, you know what I'm saying? So, like, what's the next thing that's going to play out, you know what I'm saying? So, the next big thing that's going to play out for these Mexican artists is Joey 602.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, for real. Yo, I stand with you, brother. Yeah. Yo, for all the Mexican artists out there, let's come together for real. And you know, whoever's down to represent for the culture, let's do that more. You feel me? One thing that I kind of heard a little bit, someone said that we don't work with enough Mexican artists. And I'm like, well, it's not like we're shying them away. Like, we want to work with everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. I want to work with everybody. It's not just one genre of music. Music is international, different fucking vibes around the world. Mm-hmm. But you really take this serious. You take pride in being a Chicano, being an artist. Yeah. And it's powerful because there's a lot of other young Mexican kids looking up that you don't even know sometimes that are watching and like, oh man, I want to be like that. Or he's cool, positive influence, something dope. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Doing something different. Yeah. Chasing a dream for real.
Yeah. And I really, do hope, that I am doing something like that, for something as far as a kid seeing me on stage,
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Trying to do it, that's something that as an artist you should always would, strive to do, you know what I'm saying? Like make sure you are a perfect idol to somebody that's trying to make, you know what I mean? Don't just be a knucklehead and shit, you know what I mean? Knucklehead shit, you know what I mean? I done grown out of that, you know what I mean? So, but, I'm always going to be a knucklehead in my own way, but, like, you'll never see me out there trying to be a fool, you know what I mean? Yeah. Let me get that lighter real quick so I can light one.
Yeah, brother, for sure. Yo, so when it comes to you, brother, and, like, the ultimate success in your mind, bro, like, what is that? What is the ultimate success for you?
I'm going to tell you, honestly, recently it's been getting a bad name, blah, 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 but Coachella, bro.
Coachella.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Rolling Loud, like, those are, like, goals of mine, bro. Like,
fire.
Even if it's just for one song, bro, like, that's sometimes, like, like I said, you can happen overnight sometimes, Like, I really say that a lot because I was inspired by this one cat named Trav from back in the day. He used to roll with Jim Jones and the Dipset crew. He still does, but like he goes by the artist named Trav. And when I was really doing my music, he came out with an album called Nothing Happens Overnight. And that really inspired me, you know what I'm saying? So, like, sometimes I feel that album, as much as it has that title, like, sometimes you can really fucking pop overnight, bro, you know what I'm saying? But those is one of my goals right there, bro. Like,
nice.
Coachella, you know what I mean?
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Rolling Loud, one of them stages like that, you know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
And we just recently had... I feel like it was, we had the Desert Blaze with Chris Kano, Iconic AZ.
Fire.
Last year.
Fire.
And we did a whole Cannabis Awards show and the Desert Blaze show, and it had so many different artists there. I mean, good artists, you know what I'm saying? Really, like Sugar Free.
Fire.
Spice One, you know what I mean? Just so many different artists from back in that day, you know, back in that time. Great night. But we had a carnival on the side, and that was like our own fucking Coachella, bro.
Yeah.
When I was on that stage and I went back and I was seeing the footage, I was like, fuck, that was like almost a dream come true in a way, but in my own fucking state.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? That shit really helped out to like really want to push to continue to go for something like Coachella, you know? And hopefully one day Joey 602 will be on that stage, you know?
Nah, facts. It's possible.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fucking possible. Facts.
Yeah.
Man.
I can say, like, you know, radio play, you know what I mean? All that stuff, you know, is definitely dreams that I would, you know, I would love to be on the radio and all that good stuff, but those have always been my dreams, right?
Yeah.
Be in front of thousands.
Yeah.
Like, loving my music, you know what I mean? Actually sending it back to me if they know
Facts.
it, you know what I mean?
Jumping around, going crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's definitely for sure one of my goals right there.
That's dope, man. That's dope, brother. When it actually comes to doing shows, though, you do quite a lot of shows.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you get into doing that?
Like I said earlier, I get invited, bro. You know what I'm saying? They'll reach out to me and invite me back, just being out there and really having good music.
Right.
To be first, you know
exactly.
what I'm saying? Having good music gets me noticed. You know, like I said, you noticed it. I network a lot with people. I won't walk into a crowd and look, this is me, bro. Like, if you'll see me at a show sometimes and I walk into the building or whatever it might be, like, Joey 602 will go around and say what's up to everybody in the whole area. Facts. Even if I don't freaking know, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's up, Joey 602?
Facts.
Blah, blah, blah. I continue to say it to everybody, you know what I mean? And then they'll see me on the stage and eventually know who I am, oh, that fool was cool that night, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I liked him, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the time that is a benefit of mine, you know what I'm saying? So I get invited to, you know, certain different stages, you know what I'm saying, that are around the valley. And on top of that, you know, out of town, you know? And I do got a buddy of mine, and his name's Lazy Dub. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Lazy Dub. Yeah, Lazy Dub, and he really has been a big help as far as, you know, trying to get on different stages, you know? Stages that I want to be a part of, you know? And he's got a foot in, so it kind of helps me get a foot in a sort, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, he's really been a big help of mine.
Fire.
You know,
yeah, shout out Lazy Dub.
Shout out Lazy Dub.
We sat down for a podcast 2-3 years ago.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, about 2-3 years ago, he had just dropped his movie.
Narco Valley.
Narco Valley.
Yeah, with Mr. Capone.
Yes, exactly. We talked about the movie. We talked about the whole process. It was fun. It was fire. But shout out. Doing big things for real, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And being around those people inspires you, right? I'm guessing like you learn from them and
I can tell you this, man. I'm on a wall just similar to the one over there where there's just a bunch of artists on it, right? But this wall has artists where I actually listened to these guys growing up. For instance, like I said, DJ Quick, Sugar Free, Mo Pacino, Killer Priest, Razzcazz, you know, like good names.
These are
like,
people that were inspiring you while you were growing up.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm on that same wall, Joey 602 in the same
fire, brother.
That right there is a dream come true, you know what I'm saying?
Fire. And
also a huge inspiration to know I can freaking do better. You know what I'm saying? I can do so much better than just be on this wall. I can have my face on this wall, have my face on this platform, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I can do a lot, you know what I'm saying? I just know I don't give up on nothing.
Right.
You know?
And what when it comes to your artistry and you and your branding and everything, brother, what do you feel like your movement represents?
Oh man, that's a good question, brother. I hope that it represents. This is what I hope so. That it represents positive vibes and just all out like West Coast feel. You know,
fire. What I mean? You do have that vibe. When I was listening to the music, I definitely got that for sure.
I hope that's what it is. You know, when it's out there, but that's definitely what I shoot for that West Coast vibe. And to be from Arizona, you know what I mean? I want to be known like, damn, homie out of Arizona, you know, is really putting it down for the West Coast.
Fire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, well, shit, man, it's only fucking 6 hours away. It's like 3 hours away, you know what I'm saying? It's right there.
And I've done shows in Cali, you know, a few shows, you know. Some in San Bernardino, some in LA, like good shows, you know.
Fire,
where I got recognition by a lot of different people that are out there, you know.
Cool, man.
That would probably invite me back, you know.
Hey, pull back up, Joey.
Honestly, I ran into a guy named David Vegas
David Vegas.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I've always wanted to work with him.
Fire.
And I actually got invited to work on and perform at one of his shows out here. It was called To Live and Die in LA in AZ, you know what I'm saying?
Sick.
And I got to perform, you know what I'm saying? And it was it was like definitely a privilege to be on that stage with all these other artists and to represent for Arizona as an Arizona artist from people that are doing huge things.
Fire.
You know what I'm
saying? Exactly.
Yeah, so that was a dream come true to work with him too, for sure.
Yeah.
And hopefully in the future I get to do more things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. Going at this rate and going with your vision, it's undoubtable for sure.
Yeah.
What about, like, let's talk about the 602 records. Is that's what they know?
Yeah.
What is the vision for that? Do you have other artists that are in there? Is it how?
So like I said, when I mentioned Lil Abner really reached out to me and was, you know, trying to represent for it. You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
He was actually one of the first artists really, but reached out when I put it out there. And you know, like I said, kind of didn't work out, but my vision for it is to really kind of put artists that want to try, you know, you know what I'm saying, be an artist. You know, if you got music, if you could do it, let's work.
Fire.
And I'm not gonna sit here and charge you, bro. Like, I love to make money. Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying. But I know how to make money differently. Right now, if you're trying to do something, you want to work with Joey 602, like, feel free to reach out because we will work. You know what I'm saying. I'll set up the time, the studio time. You know what I mean, to get it all represented for 602 Records, you know what I mean? Like, I'll set it all up, we'll network, we'll work in the studio, we'll jot, we'll write, you know, we'll do whatever we need you to do as an artist. If you feel like that's something that you want to do, reach out to me, you know what I mean? 602 Records is what I represent. And if you want to represent that as well while you're making music, by all means, do it because I would love it, you know what I mean?
Fact.
That's what I want to do.
Fire.
I really want to do that, you know what I mean? Just work with artists, bro, you know what I mean? And if you want to represent 602 Records and get it out there, let's do that, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to charge you. I straight up not. Like, that's just me, bro. Like, I don't get down that way because I feel like, man, I could say it like this. I don't get down that way because I want people to hear the music. You know what I'm saying? And if you can charge me $1,000 to put a verse together or even a hook together, then by all means, it's not worth my time. I'd rather you spend that money on a video, something we could do to make that shit blow up.
Facts.
Put us on the road, you know what I mean? Fuck trying to give me 100, 200, 300, 500. You know what I'm saying? People really do that, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of no-name artists do that shit, you know what I mean? But, you know what I'm saying? That's just me, you know what I mean? Joey 602 is different. You know?
Yeah, no, I feel that. Now, I feel what I'm saying is that you just care about the craft, the art, the product.
Yeah. And I'm going to always tell artists, like, if you want to invest into 602 Records with Joey 602, spend your money on videos, get it on stages with me, get it on the road with me. Let's go figure out how to move this record together, you know what I mean? Get it out there to where people are fucking putting that shit on repeat, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Facts.
So, you know, that's me, bro. You know, 602 Records, that's what I want to do. You know, have
The
a lot of
vision
artists
for
feel
it, yeah.
like they can come over here and it be safe and a good environment to work with, you know.
What about any words of inspiration or motivation to anybody out there listening right now, brother?
Yeah, I could tell you this, I might look me, but Joey 602 is always someone friendly to talk to, you know. Don't feel like you can't come and talk to me because I'm out there all the time working, networking with all sorts of different people. And if you got music and you trying to put it out there, let's work. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like you can't do it, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're sitting there writing it down, you can do it, you know what I'm saying, for sure.
Facts.
If you don't want to, you know, put yourself in a predicament where I can't perform in front of 5 people, you know, maybe this isn't for you, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to put you on stages where people see your face, recognize you, you know what I'm saying, as a person, as an artist representing for Arizona, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's always going to be something that different, you know, people are going to claim they want to do. But I'm really about that shit, you know what I mean? So I feel my inspirational words will be like, you know, that, you know, like, let's work, you know, don't feel afraid to do it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, like for sure, like, because
Facts,
people are
man.
going to tell you, like, you know, like you said, your dad, you know, mentioning how you trying to be black, like, don't let that shit affect you. Don't let this person tell you something and affect you because you know what, you can do it, you know what I mean? Because I done been told that shit where I was like, listen to my music. Oh, you fucking suck. You know what I mean? Who ain't gonna listen to nobody that ain't no way to listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's always gonna be there. That's just always gonna be said, but don't let that stop you. For sure, you know what I mean?
Man.
Roll up a blunt and continue, you know what I'm saying? For sure.
Roll up a blunt, he said.
Yeah.
Ah, hell yeah. Man, I feel that. I feel that. For real, because a lot of times people are just, honestly, they're projecting their own insecurities on you.
Yeah,
But
for
they're
sure.
telling you can't do something. Sometimes they're really telling themselves they can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you are capable of doing most things you put your mind to.
And I'm gonna be honest, like, just because I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing, you see me on stages all the time, you know, like doing whatever, doesn't mean I don't have family at home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, doesn't
right.
mean I don't have a job, you know.
Yeah.
Some artists don't have a job and this is all they do, you know. Sometimes there's things different ways to get money, hustling on the street, blah, blah, blah. But, like, there's a lot of people out there that, you know, have that same situation I got. You know, I got the same family at home, you know what I mean? But I want you guys to know, if you're really trying to do it, like really trying to be out there, like visions of Coachella, things like that, your family needs to understand that, hey, I'm gonna have to go this weekend to do this. Hey, you're gonna tag along, let's do this.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
A good support system.
Yeah,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest, my kids, you know, grew up before I even really started doing a lot, you know what I mean? You know, I kind of put it that way because I wanted to be there in the beginning stages, you know. Now that they're able to really take care of themselves in a sense, you know what I mean? I can really be out here with the state of mind of knowing my kids are back home.
They're
okay,
good,
they're
yeah.
safe, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're not little babies, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of thing that holds artists back. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just had a baby, but I just put this fucking sick ass record out that I know is blowing up, but I can't do nothing with it because I gotta be stuck at home. You know what I'm saying? Definitely have a good support system going into anything you do, especially music.
Fact.
Because that might be one thing that holds a lot of people back, you know what I'm saying, for sure, you know.
Yeah.
And with my support system at home, as far as my family and kids and everything, like, it's 100%, you know what I mean? We on the same page. And honestly, I always I tell it to her and I tell it to a lot of people, like, my baby mama, my manager and shit, you know, you know what I'm saying? So,
hell yeah,
and I love her, you
man.
know, she really support me like a
yo,
motherfucker.
if you can have anybody you got to work with, why not your family?
Right.
Why not the closest people to you?
Yeah.
Why not the people you love? Like, what?
Yeah.
That and that right there takes dedication and honestly will bring people together more and more, you know, when you're winning together and having to go through struggles of life and business and this and that, you know what I'm saying? It's not for the weak. For sure, it's not for the weak.
If you stepping into this game and you can't do it because of this situation, by all means, of course, we're going to understand. But remember, like, not everybody's going to want that. You know what I'm saying? In this game, they're going to be like, oh, well, he can't even pull up for a 5-minute set.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's how it might be. You know what I mean? Like, for sure, that's how it is with a lot of artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, we had, you know, homie say he came back after so long, you know what I mean, in the interview we did the other day, you know. And, you know, I'm sure a lot had to do with family, you know what I'm saying, probably, you know. And that really does happen. But if you going into it 100%, you got that good family, you know, like for instance, my baby mama tells me this. She be like, you're going to go out there, you're going to make sure you know, you're not fucking scrubbed out, you're not looking like a fucking mess up on stage.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? You got to represent yourself as this. And I make sure I represent myself at all times, you know what I mean? You might catch me, you know, not shaved or whatever, blah, 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 but, like, I'm always going to represent myself
you're still moving
you know what I'm saying?
As a business.
Yeah, for sure.
As a brand.
As a brand, definitely, brother. Definitely, that's the word I wanted to say right there. But, on top of that, you know, she says also, like, if I'm looking at you and I like you and I like what I see, I'm sure there's other people that are going to be out there and they like what they see.
Right,
you know
exactly.
What I'm saying? And it's going to be like that, vice versa with anybody, you know what I'm saying? So, I definitely, you know, make sure that my family knows where I stand when it comes to who I am with them.
Yeah.
But on top of that, they love Joey 602.
Fire. And they know and understand it. You're doing it for them.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're all doing it together for the greater good of what you're building.
Yeah, like we just as a family we recently lost a child in our house, 8-year-old. She was
oh my God,
diagnosed with leukemia cancer. My Ariana, pretty mama, I miss her dearly. But she eventually, you know, passed away. I don't understand it still. But you know, with the music and the platform that I have, I was able to sit down and write a great song, and then I you know, put it to her name, which is what we called her, Pretty Mama. And a lot of people have reached out to me and say, you know, that song it's really it's beautiful. You know what I mean? They use those words and you know, that really helps me a lot. And with my family, when I put that song out, you know, that really helped them get through it. And on top of that, it helped me get through it. You know writing that,
you channeled that energy and
writing that song, you know, something people, you know, oh man, you know, like, damn, I would have never thought I'd write this, you know, but you know, when I went in my studio and this had happened, how it came out was perfectly, you know, okay with me, and then it just came out to be so much better when it's, you know, it's mix and master, all that good stuff, and it's just like, you know, I think stuff like that is what you strive for as a family man, artist, any family artist, you know what I mean? For your family, you know what I mean? It's good for good music. And on top of that, like, music saves people in a lot of different ways, bro, you know?
Facts,
so, writing that song really saved me, and it really got me through a lot, especially with that struggle, you know what I'm saying? Losing her, you know, so. If you guys haven't heard it, it's called Pretty Mama, so make sure you go check that out, Joey 602.
Go download it, you feel me?
Yeah.
Share it with your friends, family, your mama, your sister. Share it with everybody for real. Download it. And man, that's deep. That's deep. And you know what? I think that it is amazing when you are vulnerable on music.
Yeah.
I think that it is powerful because people are going to relate to you.
Yes.
People around the world are going through it and feeling it too.
Yeah.
And you have the power of knowing how to put your words together and make this music and make this art, because a lot of people can't and don't know how to express that shit. They'll listen to you and they'll listen to that song and think you damn near wrote it about their situation. Like, whoa, what?
That's how a lot of people feel about artists' songs that are already out there.
Exactly.
Today, you know,
Same thing.
You know,
Same thing, but with your personal experiences, you're giving people the opportunity to do that and share that with you.
Music,
exactly. With your experiences and your music, because it's raw and it's real. And that, just like you said, you want to make classics.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, unfortunately, it takes something tragic sometimes for something beautiful else to come up, you know? And you could have crashed out. You could have done all these other things, but instead you turn to music.
Yeah.
You turn to music and
I turn to the best thing I know, you know what I'm saying, which is music for sure. It has saved me a lot in a lot of different ways, especially growing up as a teenager, you know. But, you know, for sure that definitely helps with anybody, you know what I'm saying, that can relate to that, you know.
Right, man. So let me ask you this, brother, because you've been in AZ for all your life for the most part, right?
And raised,
yeah,
brother.
Born and raised. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you see the Arizona music scene?
Yeah, man. To be honest, I love it. You know what I'm saying? From here to Tucson to Yuma to anywhere around this valley. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good music, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you really sit there and listen to the music, not just like, oh, I know him, I've heard of him. Like, really sit there and like press play, listen to a song from somebody. You know, like I've done that. You know what I mean? I really like. There are times where I'll go to a show and I might not know who I'm, you know, not opening up for, like who else is opening
on
up
the
to, you know
on
what I'm
the
saying,
yeah
on the roster, you know. So I go listen to it and see what kind of competition I might have, you know
yeah
what I mean?
yeah
But, you know, I really do stuff like that, you know, and I done heard a lot of different Arizona artists, and I love it, you know what I'm saying? I really do, you know what I mean? It's really a whole movement from Tucson to Phoenix to Douglas to Yuma, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And the sound is just, it's different, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got cats that kind of mumble rap, but it sounds sick. You got cats like me that are West Coast all day, you know what I'm saying? You got cats that are doing hyphy ass music, you know what I'm saying? You got cats that are saying the N-word in every freaking 5 letters, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's all dope, you know what I'm saying? I really do love it because hopefully one of these people out of Arizona is gonna get noticed big. And a lot of artists out here that have been doing it big have been, you know, noticed, have got deals, have got signed, you know.
Facts.
Like, for instance, one of the homies, Lexus, you know what I mean? He did big, you know what I mean? He's still doing big, you know. He got signed, and he's still representing for Arizona, not forgetting where he came from. You know, shout out Lexus. I really hope in the future I could work with homie, you know what I'm saying?
Fire
but,
him.
You know what I'm saying? For sure, you know, I'm inspired by a lot of these cats out here, for sure, you know?
Nice, yeah.
And
yeah,
like you
man.
said,
there ain't no reason that shouldn't happen. Y'all both from the same place. Y'all both representing the same thing. It's only right for the culture, man.
Yeah.
For real.
I just I'm gonna say this, as an artist, I feel like some of these artists, I wish they would kind of have the same mindset I had.
Right.
Like, let's work. Let's put a song together. See what happens. Let's put our money together. Put that money that we was talking about on a verse or a hook, and blow that shit the fuck up. You know what I mean? And by all means, like, today in this society, like, we have so much potential where you can pay for play, you know, views and all that good shit. But like, you know what I'm saying? You can get sponsorship if you put money into it. So people on this side of the world will know what you playing, you know what I mean? Like, they'll hear it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather see a lot of artists with that type of mentality, you know? Not saying that getting your money is wrong as an artist, because sometimes there's artists out there that this is all they do, you know what I mean? They don't got no other side hustle, like, so they have to charge, you know what I mean? And by all means, you know, let's work if we're really going to work, you know what I mean? But
facts.
I would want to see a lot of people put more energy and more time into their craft and their money, like, situations when it comes to, like, putting videos out.
Yeah.
And honestly, bro, like, man, I guess I'm gonna just say it, like, a lot of videos that I have seen in Arizona, like, have kind of been in the same kind of category, you know, with guns and, you know what I'm saying, homies, all that. Like, let's try some different artists, like, for real, like, it's 2024, you know.
Get some storylines,
you know what I mean? Like, really listen to your track.
Yeah.
And see what fits, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Rather than just fitting your homie in the background.
Facts,
you know
facts,
what I mean?
100%, man.
With a strap or nothing, or just doing this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
nah, 100%.
I would love to tell that to a lot of artists, but since I got the camera, I'm saying, you know what I mean? Yeah,
facts,
for sure.
Facts.
I
But to the younger artists that are coming up, you know what I'm saying? Think about that as well, because you right now don't have bad habits. Mm-hmm. You're gonna start building your habits in this game. You know what I'm saying? So think about that. Really focus on building your brand and storytelling with your brand, and as well as like the visuals and everything you got going, because a good story is what people love.
Yeah, for sure. My last video was called Lethal Weapons. And in that video, there's kind of a storyline, and I was inspired by the movie Belly.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
so
yeah.
I kind of like mixed it and kind of put my own kind of touch on, feel on it. But like, it really is a storyline in that video. You know what I'm saying?
We kind of were kind of familiar with that though, because all of the music videos back then wasn't just the productions were cool, there were storylines there, and then as the internet and kind of people cameras got accessible and everything, that's where it kind of got a little bit watered down a bit. You know what I'm saying? Because people didn't want to spend as much money on productions anymore when they can just fucking jump around with the money now and is doing. But bringing that shit back is what we need to do for real, because it's important, and that's why you see a lot of these artists that do this stuff, they end up making short films, or they end up making like these, you know, these videos and movies and shit.
Definitely,
so it's cool, man. It's cool. I fuck with that.
I think sometimes it has to do with the person that's recording. Like sometimes they just need to man up and say, like, bro, I'm not gonna record that.
Right. No, right. And
I just did that with the last art. Let's figure
exactly, brother.
You know, let's figure something out together. I know you're better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish, you know, they wouldn't just take the money and be like, let's put this out.
Right, 100%.
You know what I mean? That's content bomb.
100%.
That's why with Joey 602, you don't really see a lot of videos yet.
Right.
2024, you will. I promise you that.
Fire.
But I'm not really, like I said, trying to be in that same category. With the next video I put out, boom, it's going to be something like that. You know, I promise you that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's going to be something different. You know what I mean? You might have still homies in the background, but it's nothing like the same thing you've seen. I promise you that.
Lit. Yo, right now while we got you in front of the camera, what are some projects we can promote? What are some things that we can have the people expecting, and what's out?
So, yeah, man, I got a show this weekend, actually. I brought a couple tickets just so I could show the people. Sitting on them right now. But we got the Desert Mix show right here coming up in Phoenix. It's just off of so if you're in Phoenix, it's just off of 24th Street and University. It's the new AZ Way Too Active compound.
Oh, Way Too Active. Yeah, shout out AZ Way Too Active.
You know, shout out big AZ Way Too Active, and the homie Sir just putting a show together. You know, I got tickets all day. You know what I'm saying? You can find tickets.
What are the dates on those?
It's actually this Saturday.
Oh, okay.
January 27th. The doors open at 6 p.m.
Okay, listen. So by the time this is out, the show has already happened.
Oh yeah.
So tap in for the next one.
Yeah.
Because he does a lot of shows.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing this weekend for sure. You know what I mean? And actually, I'm gonna be shooting a video that day too.
Fire.
I hope people
at the
pull
show.
Up. Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
so
cool.
You'll see that. You know. Come out eventually.
Sick.
You know,
Hell yeah.
See what's
why not, bro? You gotta optimize every situation. Make content out of everything you do, everywhere you going. Like hell yeah. Especially the shows. Like come on, that's lit.
I recently teamed up with MVS Customs and made a bunch of flyers. So you'll definitely see a bunch of these Joey 602 flyers out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out there in the city,
with
and
the
if
promo
you do,
code.
Hit that code, that QR code, take you right to my
Fire,
Instagram.
yeah.
My Instagram will have all the links that
I'm gonna keep this one for me.
Yeah,
fire.
Actually,
man.
these are all for you, my
boy.
Oh
shit, yeah, we'll have them here,
Yeah, whatever floats the boat, you know. Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah. Now, man, what about projects?
As far as music goes, definitely working on some new tracks. I got some new tracks. I'm actually gonna, say it already because it's already out there. Working with a track with the homie J Vengeance.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? And working with another track with my homie AB Swavey.
Fire.
Working with a track from a homie out of town that actually lives in Florida. You know what I'm saying? And His name is Cologne. He goes by Cologne.
Fire.
Been doing music for a while. The music he does is something I've always been into. So we're gonna really work.
Yeah,
you're gonna hear some different throughout the year, throughout the time that I put music out. For sure, it's always gonna be something like, damn, that was Joey 602. You know what I mean?
Hell
I
yeah.
want people to feel that. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be definitely the concept that I'm shooting for. Is like, oh shit, that was Joey. You know?
Yeah. Nah. And you got to be able to be versatile. You know, you got to be able to try different things, or at least try. Yeah, like try different things. Hey, it didn't work out. At least you tried it.
Yeah.
You could have made a banger. You could have. It could have. You know.
But I'm gonna be honest. The next things I will have coming out this year too is a lot of music videos for sure.
Good.
I'm gonna focus on writing to make sure when going into these days where I got music videos, I kind of know.
You got a treatment of what you following and what you.
You know what I'm saying?
Vision of what
for
you
sure.
doing.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go and just
let's go run around and.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go in there and freestyle. You know.
Yeah.
But for sure.
Nah, but you care about the craft.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one thing I'm noticing about this conversation. Just you're very well thought out about what you do, and it seems like you're calculated.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and things like this, like you're calculated. Like y'all ain't printing up flyers. Y'all ain't come on, man. You posting, you sharing something on Facebook and think they gonna show up, bro. Put these at 15 smoke shops. Man. Go over here to this place. Like, man, like you're still very, very like street.
I stood in front of the Curleaf that allows me. I'm not gonna say which location.
Yeah.
But the one that allowed me, they let me stand out for an hour just trying to push tickets. Just randomly handing these things out that would take one, you know what I mean?
Sick, fire. You know what I'm saying? That's that footwork. That's that before the internet. You
I'm
know
still
what
on that footwork, you know what I mean? It's always gonna be that energy in me. So.
But like we said, back to the shows thing, real life and real person, shaking a hand and feeling someone's energy and really be, oh, homie's cool.
Yeah.
What? He didn't just DM me.
A lot of people tell me that, like, damn, I think I was afraid to hit you up because you look mean. I'm like, I get that a lot, bro. Like,
oh man, I was trying to chill Joey, but he's scary, man. Nah, hey yo, man, y'all need to quit that. Y'all need to. Y'all blocking a real banger from happening or something, man.
No, we
real.
cool, you know what I'm saying? Joey 602 always gonna be welcome to a handshake by anybody that's trying to work, network, whatever, you know.
Lit, hell yeah, brother, my brother, man.
But for sure, that's one of my main goals and my focus is to any music that I put out from now on, especially that I've already put out, since you know the situation I have at home with losing a family member, like I wasn't really able to like focus on doing videos for the music that I've already put out. Yeah. So you might see a few videos out there where the song's already been out. You know what I mean? So it'll be in the mix, but definitely with all the new music I'm pushing, I want to try to, you know, focus on more videos and more things like content for you to enjoy and see and put that shit on repeat, you know?
Yeah. Man, I just want to say thank you for pulling up, you know, and thank you for just sharing your story with us, you know, giving us a little inside look into, you know, your artistry and you the person behind the artistry, you know, especially with a day like this, you know, like, you know, and, you know, with everything else going on, like, you're still here. Yeah. And you're still pushing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I send my prayers to you and the family, you know, and you know, it's tough for sure, but you're still here, and that's inspiring, brother.
I appreciate you having me. You know, I've been wanting to tap in. I know time takes time, you know.
Yeah, that lines up when the universe and God
we caught up, you know.
Exactly. Nah, but yo, since we have you here in front of the camera, do you think there's something else we didn't get to promote or talk about, brother?
I can tell you this: if there's something that I didn't say, you can always catch my music, catch what I'm doing at Joey602PHX on the IG. I don't got no X, I ain't got no Twitter, you know. I don't do TikTok, you know. Yeah. But if you're trying to look for my music, it's Joey602 on all platforms, from iTunes to Pandora to YouTube to anything like Spotify. Catch me on it, you know what I'm saying? So
download that, bitch.
Download it, all that. Like, definitely, you know.
Share it.
Leave a comment, I'll comment back. All that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? For sure. So, you know, catch up with me in Phoenix.
Yes, sir. No, hey, I appreciate you for pulling up, my brother, for real.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, you guys, Like, comment, share, subscribe. Down below his Instagram, any other links you want me to put on, of course.
Right.
Make sure y'all follow up with him. Producers, send beats. Artists, tap in for the features, you feel me?
Yes, sir.
And camera people, he wants to shoot videos this year. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Let's get y'all linked up for real. Yo, thank you guys again. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, bless up.